With this video, we are starting a series. In this series, we will tell you about animals that people know less about, animals that are the most unique of their kind, and animals with interesting characteristics and ways of life. Our videos won't bore you with unnecessary details, long statistics, and misinformation. However, they will be fact-based with proven and reputable sources. Feel free to read the description of the sources and leave your opinion in the comments. You can subscribe to be informed about new content. Let's get started. Polar bears are not actually white in color. Their hair is hollow. There is no color pigment in the hair. And because the hair can't hold light, it reflects all wavelengths of light. That's why we see white. So, why do we see white and not another color? The answer, of course, lies in the sun. When all the rays emitted by the sun and the light spectrum come together, they form white. So we see white. Their tongues are blue. And under those white hairs, there is black skin. Their bodies are covered with a thick layer of fat. They are protected from the cold because they have thick fur. Polar bears don't need to hibernate. They are the largest of the carnivorous land animals. Their cousins, the grizzly bears, are the largest of the omnivores, animals that feed on both meat and grass. Bears evolved from canids millions of years ago. According to DNA studies conducted by scientists, polar bears and grizzly bears diverged 603,000 years ago. Polar bears are predators. They can hunt on land, sea, ice, and underwater. They are well camouflaged while hunting. In their habitat, their hunting grounds are vast. They have few food sources and alternatives, feeding mostly on seals and fish. To hunt, they can sometimes wait for hours in a seal's breathing hole for their prey. They are also good swimmers. Their fur has 2 layers, so they are protected from the water while swimming. They can swim for food or travel tens or even hundreds of kilometers on a piece of ice. Perhaps the most important feature that enables them to do this is their claws. Because they have webbed and wide claws. Their claws leave their scent behind, so they can communicate with each other. Their noses are very sensitive, they can smell from kilometers away. They have a very strong body. Their bite is stronger than the bite of a Bengal tiger. It's approximately 1235 units. Imagine a bite 8 times that of a human bite. There's a certain hierarchy among polar bears. Males are bigger and stronger than females. They are social animals. However, adults usually prefer to be alone. Only the females take care of the cubs. The only contribution of the males is mating. A pregnant polar bear has to double its weight. So she eats more. If she can't do that, her body absorbs the cub in her belly. Females are good protectors of their cubs. The young feed with their mother's help for 2 years. After that, they go their own way. There's a dense layer of snow and ice in the polar region. Their habitat is covered in this white blanket. Since snow and ice reflect the sun's rays, the eyes of creatures exposed to it for a long time are damaged. Polar bears have an extra defense against the human danger of snow blindness. Their eyes have a third eyelid to protect them from these ultraviolet rays. Thanks to this, their eyes receive less light and are protected against snow blindness. They don't drink water and don't need to, because they have too much fat in their bodies. As they burn this fat, they create the water they need through a chemical reaction. They are highly intelligent animals. Their hunting and ice survival skills are very well developed. They know how to cross the ice without breaking it. They can move in any direction by spreading their body weight evenly. They have a hard time on thin ice. Now they see more thin ice and they have to go to more remote areas. Because the glaciers are melting. The melting, especially in the last 2 decades, is the biggest development we have seen. The methane gases that are constantly being released accelerate global warming even more. The melting of the glaciers affects not only the creatures in the Arctic but the whole world. Of course, the creatures living at the poles are the first to be exposed to these harsh conditions. As the ice melts, polar bears are forced to move to more icy regions to hunt. But if we don't do something about it, we could be in for a very bad time. This is not the only factor shortening the lifespan of polar bears. Pollution of the oceans endangers the lives of aquatic life. The world's waters are a hotbed of poison. Pollution has now reached the poles. And polar bears have to live with it. Unfortunately, polar bears are in danger of extinction. An adult polar bear can withstand starvation for up to 225 days. But female polar bears have to eat more during pregnancy. Without food, their cubs are also in danger. The cubs cannot withstand starvation for long. According to scientists, polar bears could become extinct by 2100. If the glaciers melt completely, polar bears will have nowhere to go. The future of these beautiful animals seems to depend on humans.